Chicky chickies. Here's your water. Good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, my favorite day of the week. And as you saw, just got the chickens out. It's normally Katie and Theo's job, but Kate was very tired this morning. She's had a lot going on with school, so she kind of slept in a little bit, and I took care of Theo so she could get a little rest. And now it's time to just start all the daily fun. It's time to start school. Brooke and Ash wrap up their school on tomorrow for the quarter. So they got a lot of work that they got to make sure everything's turned in by today. And Luke and Ronnie are just chucking away at regular old school. And I think that's about it. We're going to share lots of good food, fun, probably some working more on the chicken coop that is taking way longer than we thought. Of course, everything always does. And yeah, welcome to the farm life. Whoa, what you got?
Green apple.
A green apple?
Mm-hmm. The green apple from storage.
Got it from storage? What? Does it taste so good?
Yeah, you can eat one.
I can? I'm gonna add a half a cup of margarine, a half cup of pure maple syrup, half a cup of unsweetened applesauce, a teaspoon of vanilla. We're gonna mix that up. Then I'm gonna add 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I don't know, honey. I think she had to go potty. 2 teaspoons of apple pie spice. So if you don't have apple pie spice, like I don't just have that, I just looked it up on Pinterest and just kind of made my own. And all it was a mix of ginger, cardamom, let's see, cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice. I think that was everything that went in. But you can simply just look it up and see what goes in it and make your own if you don't have that on hand. 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 cup of whatever milk you choose. I am using soy milk. And just stir that together. Then I'm gonna add the 2 chopped apples. I'm using Granny Smith. I don't think it matters. And just kind of fold that in. I'm gonna just spray down my pan. Okay, and that's gonna bake on 350 degrees for 35 to 45 minutes, or until you insert a toothpick and it comes out clean. So this is the happening place for school. Ash is hiding. This is the happening place. They want to be down here with the cats. As you see, even Simba is starting to come out now.
Look! Look! Picture this! Picture this kitty! Mommy, come here. They look right here. Mine they look.
Alright, here it is out of the oven. Smells so good. I'm gonna let that cool for a little bit, and then I'm gonna make an icing to go over top. Just a simple, a little bit of water, a little bit of powdered sugar, a little bit of vanilla and cinnamon, and just mix that together. I'll show you, and then we'll drizzle that on top. But that needs to cool for a minute first. And here it is. You can see chunks of green apple in there, and it's got the icing on the top. Okay, so I just tried it, and if you don't like your stuff overly sweet, this is perfect for you, which I like. I like it not being super sweet. If you use sweet apples, it would be sweeter, but I think it turned out really, really good. And you could always put more icing if you want it sweeter. But I think it's pretty perfect the way it is. Okay, Brooke is gonna try it and tell you what she thinks.
This looks good. Do I use a fork?
It doesn't matter. Whatever you want.
Okay. I'm gonna use Hang on, I got a good one.
I found a good fork.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Make it again? Yeah.
It's like coffee cake with apples in it.
Kinda. I said it's not overly sweet, but I like that. It's not like a super, super crazy sweet. I thought it was very good.
Mm-hmm. This would be really good with vanilla ice cream.
I knew you'd say that. Everything's better with vanilla ice cream. All right, tell your sisters to come up and get some. And there you have it. It's a hit.
Get your food, kids.
I would say it was a hit because this is all that's left and Jake still hasn't been out. So that's Brooks her seconds and she grabbed some almond milk to go with it. Okay, so today for art, I'm playing some cute little songs, Halloween kid songs. And then Kate drew or cut out these two little like bats. So I'm gonna set them on the table over here. And then I have a big bucket of just arts and crafts stuff, scissors and glue, and I'm gonna let them make their bats however they want them to be. This one I don't know that's going to stick. You got to make sure you get some good glue on there and push it down. Alright, now it is time for lunch. You guys, last night I made the best dinner. I wish that I had filmed it, but I just didn't. But I made this wonderful lentil loaf and a meatloaf, and I topped it with mashed potatoes. And I baked it like that with the mashed potatoes on it. So good. They turned out wonderful. I almost have my lentil loaf perfect, so I think I know the only little bit that I need to do to change it up. So I will be sharing that with you guys very soon. But right now it is lunch. So I am just pulling out all the leftovers and letting everybody just kind of pick what they want as far as leftovers go. Alright, so here is our leftovers from last night. This is the lentil loaf, if you guys can see that. So good, topped with the mashed potatoes. And then there's plain meatloaf here. Again, I topped it with mashed potatoes and baked it. So good. They have some just macaroni and cheese, that's just Kraft macaroni and cheese. And some good chunky mashed potatoes.
That chicken wants you to hold it. She wants some love. Well, you make sure you're gentle when you love on her.
Alright, so dinner tonight we decided on like a Firecracker Tofu and a like Korean beef. So I'm just gonna start getting my tofu ready because I let it press for about a half hour. I'm just using this tofu here. And this is my tofu press. This is just something that I gotten on Amazon. We've used it many times, but you just set in your spring, put this on, then we're gonna set our tofu in there, and then we're gonna push this down on top of it and latch the sides. And that will press out all the water out of the tofu. Okay, so I got the tofu block in here, and this is hard to do, but that's so that it really presses it, you know, good. So, just gotta really push down. There we go. And that, like I said, is just gonna sit for about a half hour. and come out and peek on Charles. He is taking advantage. He's done working and taking advantage of this beautiful weather because we are gonna drop like a rock when the rain comes in tomorrow. So, how's it going? Trying to figure it out?
Yep, making progress.
Making progress?
Should be further than we are, but I've had a lot of work to do lately. Just work.
Mm-hmm.
So, this has been delayed just a little bit.
It's been, we've just had a rough couple days. So what he's working on right now is the back. And the kids are not out helping today because they are trying to get everything finished. But this is gonna house the crates for them, like nesting boxes. So there should be a way to just lift it, gather eggs or whatever, and put it back down. That's the plan, right?
The plan's either to lift the top or the back. Like
Or the back?
Like right here.
Okay.
One of the two. I'm excited. I think this is going to work.
It will.
My only consideration is it going to be too heavy? So I'm using, I think I said in the previous video, I'm using old stroller wheels. Because that's what I had.
Yep.
And I reserved the right to have to change those out at a later point with a bigger, thicker wheel. Because when we get it out, if it's soft, I'm afraid they're going to rut in and sink.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see. I'm also hoping I don't make it too heavy.
Alright, we just had the police driving by and it got a little bit loud. That's something I will say we do not have much of at all, is sirens and stuff out here. That's nice. We had them all the time at the old place.
Other than road noise, it's pretty quiet out here.
Yeah, but I like the road noise actually, which is so funny because I didn't think I would. I cut off because I was turning the camera around and he just said he was...
I heard somebody's lawnmower in the distance and I like that sound.
Yeah. So far, this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous day. I've got to kind of block the sun though. It's so bright.
It is bright.
It's setting over there. It's about 5. So we'll probably do dinner about 6. Are you good with that?
I'm good with that. I should have the back end put together by then.
Alright, then we will come see you at 6.
I just got to duplicate one side for the other.
Then we'll come check on them at 6.
They're lighting up. Oh, green are beautiful. Oh my gosh, you're beating me.
Ah! Hey, here!
You were going too fast.
Here, I just gathered all your guys. Do you want them, or are you guys going back to play, or are you coming back up to the house? You're just doing scooters, and I'll take them up to the house.
You heard Paul up here working.
Go check and see what Paul's up to, baby.
Gonna get you.
Right, now it's time to release this. You just want to push down, but be very careful because it will pop up. And in the bottom, you have all the water. And then you have your tofu here. For the tofu part, all I'm going to do is just cut it . Now, if you wanted to make a marinade for your tofu, you could totally do that. I am not doing that. I am going to just toss it with a little bit of cornstarch to help it crisp up, and I'm gonna cook this in the air fryer because I have found that the air fryer does the best. The reason I'm not seasoning this tofu is because I'm making a sauce to go over it. So by the time the sauce is over it, all you really want, the tofu is gonna take on the flavor of the sauce. Really what we want is just that crunch and you know, that like fried taste. So here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some in a baggie like this, and then I'm gonna add my cornstarch. And I'll just kind of toss it around. If you don't have cornstarch, you could also use flour. I'm gonna do the other half. Or you could just use a really big bag and do it all at once. I just don't have a bigger bag right now. I'm gonna spray the bottom of my air fryer. If you do not have an air fryer, you could definitely make this in the oven. I'm gonna put my tofu in. And I'm gonna cook this at 350 degrees for 15 minutes. All right, while that is cooking, I'm gonna go on and cut up some of my vegetables. I am running out of fresh vegetables, so I'm gonna do some garlic, and then I have some mushrooms, some carrots, and then I have this frozen blend of broccoli, carrots, and cauliflower, some edamame, and canned water chestnuts, and a red onion. So that's what I'm gonna saute up.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. Oh, I can't believe you love me. I just feel so lucky. Still can't believe you love me. I hope it never ends, this being more than friends, yeah. You know I'm here to stay every single day, yeah. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you.
All right, while the vegetables are going over in this pot over here, I have ground turkey. I'm just getting started with the Korean beef. We typically use turkey instead of ground beef for most things in our family. I'm going to add the water chestnuts in here. All right, now we're moving on to the Korean beef. So I've got the turkey is nice and brown. I'm going to add some onion powder, garlic powder, some crushed red pepper flakes, some ground ginger, brown sugar, just a nice handful. I'm going to add some soy sauce, a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Right, now we're going to make the sauce for the Firecracker Tofu. This time we are doing brown sugar, a little soy sauce, a little apple cider vinegar, and some hot sauce. Just gonna give this a quick little stir. Then you might want to taste your sauce and just make sure you don't want to add anything else to it. This is what we're going to toss our tofu with once it is done. Okay, so for the sauce, I went ahead and put that in the microwave for a minute just to kind of melt the brown sugar a little. I would do that on the stovetop. But I don't know where any of my little pans are yet. So if you have little pots, then I would just go on and put that in a pot and get it warm on the stove. But I don't have that. And I am sitting here picking out the edamame, the soybeans out of the pod, and adding it to the veggies real quick. Okay, so here is the tofu when it's done. Now it would be browner, but it would not be as crunchy if you did not use the cornstarch. This is crunchy on the outside and still kind of soft on the inside, which is perfect. Once you toss it with all the sauce, it will take on the flavor. Okay, I want to let that soak for a few minutes. So while that is soaking, we're going to go down, see what Charles got accomplished, and it is time to take my compost bin down. They were coming back from playing at the back 7. Well, I'm doing the last finishing touches on dinner. Did you run and run and run? Did you run and run and run? Did you have fun, Luke Edward? What did you find, baby? A stick? Oh my word, that is such a big stick.
Lynn found a really big one too.
Luke's ready to go in. Look, if you guys can see, the sun is going down. And try and zoom in so you guys can see. It's so pretty. You see the sun going down. It's so beautiful. All right, babe, we're coming to check on you, but it is 6:30. Oh, look at you and your progress.
Yes, I put everything up for the night though. I am going to have to do a design change on this because what I wanted to do, I can't. And it's okay. I had hoped. I don't know if I've got any of these where I throw them out. Anyway, I had hoped to run these through the table saw. And just basically...
And those are from our old privacy.
Yeah, these are the old ones. And then just basically take them and overlap them and put them together like
right,
this.
to make like a siding. But
because these are just very basic dog-eared slat pieces, they warped. So,
so they're not laying flat.
They're not laying flat enough. So I'm going to have too many issues with it bowing upward. And I don't want water to get in. So what I'll probably end up doing is... If we get a dry day here, I'll run Jake up to...
Sorry, I had to get my face.
It's alright. I'll run Jake up to Home Depot and we'll just get 4 pieces of, like, siding for it. And I'll just cut siding for it and just make all solid pieces and then cut out my openings.
Very
It'll
good.
be done. So it'll cost a little bit more. It'd be more solid. Might be a little bit heavier. Don't know.
We'll find out.
But it'll be done.
Doesn't matter. The babies need a place to live.
And they will.
They will. And here is the back. This is the sun setting. I tell you guys, not a day goes by that I don't just say, oh my goodness. It is so just beautiful and perfect here. I just feel so blessed to be living here. All right. And the compost is breaking down pretty nice. So that's it, pretty much. That is our evening. Well, for right now, I'm going to show you guys dinner. the bugs were flying in my face. And show you guys some dinner. And I'll set up. I was gonna make dessert, but I don't think I will. I think I'll save it for tomorrow. And some puff pastry turnovers. I might end up making them. I got a feeling this is gonna be seen by you guys tomorrow and not tonight, because it's 6:30 and by the time we get in and Luke needs bath and we do all the things we gotta do, I just got a feeling I'll be working on this for you guys tomorrow. So I might still make it. We'll see what happens. It's actually pretty warm here though. It's like 80 degrees. And so it is just a little bit hot to turn the oven on. So we'll see what happens. All right, so here's tonight's simple dinner. We got rice in the rice cooker, the Korean beef, the sauteed veggies, and the Firecracker Tofu. All right, everybody, so that wraps up tonight, and we will see all of you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you later. Bye, everybody. Have a great night.